Time for another season of Cougar Coaches Shows here on Mediacom Channel 22 and online at ColumbiaCougars.com. My name is Cosmo with ESPN Radio KTGR in the Columbia College Athletic Department, and the new head coach of the women basketball squad, Jessica Keller. Coach Keller, how does that sound to you?
Sounds good. I really like it. Yeah, definitely exciting.
For those who don't know yet, I know you've been on a whirlwind on press, on newspaper, on TV, introducing yourself and meeting as many people as possible. Tell the folks that may be finding out about you for the first time a little bit about your history as far as what got you to this point as far as basketball-wise.
Sure. Grew up in Bell, Missouri, so about 70 miles south of here. Went to high school there. My parents still live there. Went on to college at Quincy University. I played 4 years there, and then I was a graduate assistant for 2 years, coaching there. And then from Quincy University, I went on to Minnesota State Mankato. Been an assistant there for 3 years, and now here at Columbia College as the head coach.
Ready to go. That first head coaching experience, and when someone says, all right, well, first head coaching job, why, what do you think is it that makes you ready at this point in your coaching career to take that first head coaching position?
Yeah, a lot of experiences. I think just being some of the places that I've been, I've had the opportunity to have my hands in a lot of different experiences, a lot of different programs, and really just ready for the next step, ready to be home. And I think Central Missouri is really a great spot for me to be successful. Opportunity
to come back home. I know it's got to be fun as a high school player and college player. You had family and friends close by, and now you get a chance to have your coaching career close back to family and friends. That's got to be fun too.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, I've had great support from my family, and they're all over Missouri, and I've heard a lot from them, and friends. Obviously great to be home, and it's a lot closer than that 8.5 hours to Mankato. So
you as a coach, you work on the recruiting, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but talk about the recruiting process of trying to get this job, this position. Take us through a little bit of that, the mind of Jessica when you found out there was a head coaching job open here at Columbia College.
Right. Obviously really intriguing as soon as I heard about the opening. Really felt like I was ready, and I feel like I put myself in a position to be ready for the next step and to become a head coach. So had some people in contact with me that had also had experience with Columbia College, and I was fortunate that they knew Coach Burchard and could make a couple phone calls on my behalf. And the coaching world is so small. Coach Burchard knew some people that I worked with at Mankato, and so just kind of had an opportunity to learn more about Columbia College as I went through it, even more than I did from the outside. So definitely started the ball rolling, and then moving forward, I was just really fortunate to have a lot of great advice along the way from head coaches who made the transition.
And a program that's had a lot of success since it was brought back to the school in 2001. Top, I think, 15 right now as far as at the end of last year into this year, and only losing 2 players. Obviously, Heather English was a star player, and it just diminished by any stretch. And Laura Weissman was a fantastic player too that worked in through some injuries over the years. But you get most of the group back. Have you had a chance to meet with all of them, or take us through a little bit of that transition? Because that's a big transition for them, obviously, going to a new head coach.
Yeah, I met a few of them in the interview process. The ones that weren't able to be here, some of them were able to call in even, and so video conferenced in. But I've touched base with all of them, and you know they have the same expectations that everyone here does, that of success, and they're really hungry to get going. And they've, you know, a lot of them have already asked what the expectations are just from this summer, and so we're ready to hit the ground. You know, I'm excited to get them here on campus and really get my hands on them.
I know personally here in this gym, my daughter was in the volleyball camp just last week, and there was already girls shooting free throws and working out and getting motivated and getting ready to go.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of just, again, excitement, and we're ready, we're really hungry, and we're going to work hard, and I think we're all on the same page on that aspect.
So you get the current group of players, which I think is interesting that maybe a lot of people don't know that in an interview process that you get a chance to talk to some of those players. It's important, obviously, for them. They're student athletes, and they're just as much a part of the program at that point to get a gauge on who that new head coach would be.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, I went through it as a player as well, so it was interesting to be on the other side of it. When I was in college, we switched coaches, and I got to be on that side of your concerns, and so it's refreshing to be on the other side as well, to be able to provide answers for them, and really, again, got some good insight on what the team expects.
And now, as far as future Cougar players, instantly, obviously, I think you were actually at a recruiting event when the final call came in that you had gotten the job, right?
Yes, yeah. So I've had the opportunity to be on the road. Just really excited about being able to see Central Missouri talent, and then even throughout the tri-states and the surrounding areas. But working on, it's pretty late for this season, obviously, but always working ahead and really getting more people interested in Columbia College.
As far as the rest of the teammates and the coaching staff, where's the status of any new coaches as far as your staff that you're building?
Right, I will add an assistant, probably a graduate assistant, so that's in the works. Open that up and really see what's out there and who's going to be the best fit for Columbia College and our staff and our program moving forward.
We've got a star basketball player at home in the area. Let Coach know, and she can start the recruiting process.
That's right.
Anybody call, get some players in the pipeline. We'll come back. We'll talk a little more about what will happen on the court at Southwell Complex with a new coach of your Columbia Cougars, Coach Jessica Keller, back after this on Mediacom Channel 22.